All right, Fuel Nation. So, this section is about cardio and movement, okay? Um, Today in 2025, we live in a time of convenience, so much convenience. For people that definitely have cars too, everything is just convenient just to drive and pull up. So, and sometimes our jobs, a lot of our jobs are sedentary, a lot of our jobs are in offices, a lot of jobs are sometimes are online, and we don't get to move as much. We don't get to walk. We don't get to, physically do. And that's another reason why obesity and weight gain is rampant. Because back in the day, people had to move more, people had to walk more. Our ancestors had to walk to go get food, had to walk to go look for resources. And they just were lean like all the time. So, that point being made is that one of the secret sauces that I figured out on my fitness journey, literally at the end of I've been on a fitness journey for about 10 years, and I've been had different goals this whole time. The whole time, I will say though, I hated cardio. Hated cardio so much. I hated walking. I didn't want to run. I don't want to do the funny one, elliptical. I like to row, but just a little bit. I didn't want to do hit training. I didn't want to do box jumps. I did all of those things at different times in my fitness journey, and doing them was just not sustainable for me. My focus was on I love the weights, I love to strengthen my body, and there was different times where I was working on building muscle, but I just like feeling strong. And during those times, like the exercise would take out a lot for me energetically. And I didn't want to have to do cardio either before that or after, because it was a lot already to be working out and training. And if you're like a normal person who doesn't do, a lot of us go to the gym and do all of our activity there. Or if we're walking outdoors, we can do that outdoors. But that's predominantly where I was getting my activity, was at the gym. Um, so I didn't really have time outside of that or to go be doing cardio at home. I do today, thank God. Which I'm bringing the point back to that is it took me years to understand that fat, if you're going to be doing cardio to lose weight, is different than you're doing cardio to get heart healthier. Okay, walking every day will keep your heart healthy. If you're training more for endurance, you can do hit training. I'm not going to be covering hit training here in this program because I don't do it. It's not my preference. And I want to just talk about the benefits of walking and just movement in general. Whatever you decide to do for your choice of cardio is yours. Um, there are pros and cons to what type of cardio you choose to do. What I will say is hit training, when you're running and sprinting and not being able to fully catch your breath and breathe in, every single movement, because your body's moving too fast sometimes for you to catch up to the breath. You're using your glycogens, using your carbs, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but doing more intense cardio affects your appetite level. It affects your reserves, your food reserves. So this is just a common fact that if you're going to be doing hit and you're going to be doing things that are more intense, you're going to just need more fuel. Okay. For the people that are on calorie deficits who want to be cutting and want to get leaner, um, that might not be the best bet for them, which is why I'm going to take them back to this. But for the people that are trying to gain, or the people that just want that more endurance training, cardio training, go ahead and do whatever hit you want to do. That's fine. Um, okay, so that's a fact. Okay, so doing hit can take a toll on your appetite, can take a toll on your carb sources, and you might have to replenish and refuel higher than you would have normally. I'm just letting you know. And on top of that, if you're doing weight training, you're gonna have to refuel on top of that too and replenish your carb sources. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing what you're gonna do for your cardio that day or that week. In a nutshell, though, what I've came to figure out is cardio doesn't have to feel like cardio. You know, I started following this bodybuilder, Paul Revelia, and this other guy, Kino Body, and then this other guy, and everyone's talking about just getting your steps and getting your walking in. And I'm like, what are we old? Why do we care how many steps we're getting in? Like, but the way they track steps is through these tools. But when they started to do like scientific research and just see the results from clients, and I see the results in my own body, um, moving more, just walking helps burn fat. And I will tell you why. Because walking, we're breathing, our body's able to catch up with our breath, either it's in sync or not. And as we're walking, sometimes we're not going, too fast. We're burning from our fat sources. Okay. So this is like the secret to all secrets that I wish I knew 5 years ago, that I wish I believed and applied 5 years ago, but I didn't. Walking, and for some people, walking uphill too helps burn more calories. I don't care about the uphill part. I just want to be moving. Okay, so what I'm here to tell you is that if you start getting your steps in, walking burns from aerobically. Aerobic exercise burns from your fat stores. That's why and walking doesn't require as much energy. You can walk when you're tired, you can walk when you're hungry, you can walk when you're tired and when you're hungry, and you'll be fine. And it's not going to make you hungrier. And sometimes it's not as straining as HIIT, where it's not going to make you much, much, much more tired. So, walking is like the biggest hack that I've uncovered in the last few months. And I'll tell you, like, even at maintenance calories right now, eating more than I normally do, leading up to the 90-day challenge, I still look the same. I still, if not leaner, I wake up leaner still. I wake up, with a smaller stomach because, again, I'm still doing my steps. I'm still doing my steps. So, the cardio that I want to bring to Fuel Nation that is going to help you see results is walk, okay? Just walk. Walk. Get your steps in. And how do you do that? You can track how many steps you're getting in on your iPhone. Your iPhone will show you. If the phone's been in your pocket, it could sense movement, and then it will show you how many steps you're getting in. I don't necessarily think that's the most accurate, but if you have nothing else, you can use that. Or you can calculate miles. I know that for me, walking 1 hour is about 7,000 steps. And I know that if I'm walking on a treadmill, that's how much it is. Think about it. That's a lot of walking in a day. I do about 12,000 to 14,000 steps on the regular. That's about 2 hours of walking a day. So if you have a job that's active, you're pretty much just moving. You don't notice that you're getting up and sitting down and getting up and sitting down. Um, for me, I would say I get half my steps in at work, and then I still do an hour sometimes walking on my walking pad at home. So it's super convenient to have a walking pad at home. If you don't have one and you can have the space, you can buy one on Facebook for $50, used one, and it still does the same thing to get your steps in. So you can use your iPhone to track, use your watch. I have my watch right here. My watch will tell me I have how many steps today. I have 10,000. So I'm going to try to hit 14. So I have 40 minutes. I would say about 10 minutes gives me 1,000 steps, me, Izzy. So I'll do like 40 minutes of walking. So you could use your watch, or you can buy a pedometer from Amazon. And it's just like a little clip you put on your pants or you wear around your shirt, and it'll track steps. Okay. So tracking steps is just pivotal. It's a big hack. It helps you burn these extra calories. You're not feeling tired. You're not feeling extra hungry. It's burning from your fat stores directly. Like, this is a lottery ticket for getting lean. Okay. And do some research on it on YouTube if you want to just look into it a little more further before you buy a walking pad. But I suggest getting your steps in, and the amount of steps to hit. What I would say, if you're new to all of this, just strive to start with 10K a day, 10,000 or close to it. And if you want to start getting lean, I would say strive between this 12 and 14K. Between these two, you will start just losing body fat more effortlessly. Okay. And I mean, the effort will be in the walking, but it's better than doing all of the hit, all of the exhaustion, overtraining in the gym. I'm telling you, you have to try it.